Good money, good money. That single leg squat. Good reps, good reps. You see the legs? You see the legs? Come on. Let me get some more. You got some more?
That's real work. Hell yeah, I got some more.
All right. Let's get it. Come on. You see the legs? Come on. Get your money. Yeah. You see the legs? Come on. You see the visuals.
Jeez.
Yo, Brad. Let this man catch his breath.
Happy Monday, man.
You got some water on you?
Yeah, I do. Came at the perfect time. It's the fourth quarter.
People's progression, man. People's progression.
Absolutely. One day at a time.
People's progression. Wow. So it's the people's progression. I had to pull up on this athlete right now. So go ahead and introduce yourself to the people who may not know you.
My name is Juwan Dotson. From the Inland Empire, San Bernardino, California to be exact.
Shout out.
Shout out to Nah.
How old are you?
I'm 28.
28, okay.
28.
28 and
Fresh
doing
28.
that. Okay. So, first of all, what woke you up this morning?
God.
It's early right now. I know you've been here, you know, before I was.
To be honest, I'd be excited to get up in the morning.
Okay.
At this point. I know it's a blessing. I mean, I get the opportunity to come here every day, grind. On my worst day, I get to show up. You know what I mean? So that's my motivation every single day. And the days I'm not motivated, self-discipline take over. You know what I mean? So I know it's one day at a time.
Right.
Doing within battles.
Okay. Now, what got you started? Like, what got you training? What got you working out?
I mean, originally, I've been an athlete my whole life.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So like, it was just part of the program. And then once that got finished, I ended up being sick. I had leukemia. So when I got diagnosed with that, I kind of lost everything.
Hold on. Run that back.
So originally, when I started, I was an athlete. I just wanted to put on weight, put on muscle so I could compete. I did that for some years, man. And then I ended up getting sick after all the progress I had made. I lost everything. You know what I mean? All my muscle. I was down like 45 pounds. I got diagnosed with leukemia. I'm still fighting it to this day. So then the motivation was like, just to get back to where I was. And once that train got moving, it was like, damn, it ain't really no limit to what I'm capable of.
Right.
As long as my faith stays strong.
Wow. Well, let's touch on that a little bit, and then we'll come back to where you are now. So initially, like before your diagnosis, how were you feeling? Like what led up to that?
I was lightheaded as hell.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I went from being able to work out 6 days a week, no problem. Like I felt like I was in the best shape of my life. And then one day I went on a run. I felt like my legs wasn't working. Like the blood wasn't flowing. I had like ringing in my ears, super lightheaded. And like no matter how much I warmed up, I couldn't get warm. So I'm like, damn, you know, something wrong. I didn't know what it was at the time. I'm like, something wrong.
Did you put it off or?
Yeah, for sure. I think that's a bad habit most of us men have though. You know what I mean? Instead of like taking the little thing serious, go getting checked out. I had never had a blood test before. You know what I mean? Before, you know, my diagnosis. And now I'm going to get them, you know, once every 2 weeks. So I put it off for a long time. Like, I just need to rest. And then finally, I just passed out one day. And that was when I found out, like, okay, you know what I mean? It's definitely something wrong.
Wow. So before that, have you ever had like any, you know, sicknesses? Have you ever been in and out the hospital or anything like that?
Nah, man, I was avoiding the hospital at all costs,
wow.
To be honest. The way I was raised, or how most of us is raised, is like, if it ain't broke, you know what I mean, you kind of just thug it out.
Right.
You know what I mean? You must love that. That's how you show toughness.
Right.
And now that I'm a little older, and I understand, like, you know, how precious life is, wow. I know that that's not really strength. That's more so ignorance. You know what I mean? We should educate ourselves. We should get to know our bodies. We should become professionals about our bodies and take those things serious.
Right.
You know what I mean? For our long-term health.
How was your mental health during this period of you know, receiving treatment and everything for your leukemia?
It was literally a marathon, bro. Like in the beginning, I was completely motivated. I'm like, I got the news, and it was like, it was terrible when I first got it. But then after a couple of days, I'm like, we got to get through it.
How'd they break it down to you?
So they came in with my test results. And when I walked in originally, the doctors were all surprised. They're like, bro, how are you walking? And I didn't understand the question. So I'm like, what do you mean? I literally just worked out yesterday. And for those that are familiar with like blood cell counts, my hemoglobin at the time was at 2.1. And for men, that's supposed to be around like 14 to 18. And then my white blood cell count was 75K. So that's supposed to be like 6,000.
Right.
So that means my body was fighting. Right.
Exactly.
So they asking me like, damn, how you walking? And I'm laughing it off like, no, I'm really straight. And actually,
You're strong, bro.
I got dropped off at the hospital. So I told my ride, like, look, go grab something to eat. I'll be out in like 30 minutes, 45 minutes. Long story short, I ended up not coming home for 30 days. You know what I mean? So they let me know, like, hey, we think it's leukemia. So I told the doctor, I'm like, man, my name's Juwan. I think you got the wrong paperwork. You feel me? Like, I need to go back there and check this again because this can't be right.
Right.
So he comes back and he's like, nah, we still have to run some more tests, but you know, it's definitely leukemia. Wow. So at that point now, I'm like, oh, this sucks. You know what I mean? Like, not knowing what the future's gonna hold. So I broke down. You know, I cried. Just to let you men know it's okay to cry. Definitely heals your soul. So I cried. I let it out. And then after those tears dried up, it was like, bro, what's next? Like, how we beat this? We started chemo that Monday morning. I went on Friday. We started chemo that Monday morning.
Wow. Get some water, bro. Man.
So I would say the beginning part of chemo was tolerable. Like the first day or two was tolerable.
Okay.
But what they had to do is my doctor wanted to put it in through my IV. So the first couple of days my veins were able to tolerate it. But then like after day 3, day 4, my veins collapsed. So like even now they haven't ever come back. And you can feel when they put the chemo in, you can feel it radiate like all the way through your neck. And it's just this throbbing ache and pain. It's hard to describe, but just this aching pain that goes all the way up to like damn near your ear. But you gotta thug it out. Like, it's poison, but it's the only thing that was gonna keep me alive at the time.
So the chemo's essentially just like killing off the cancerous cells.
It's killing everything.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's killing good cells, it's killing bad cells, it's killing everything in an attempt to just get rid of the cancer altogether. So I was blessed because right after that first session, or that first week of chemo, I went into remission right away. So that let me know.
What's remission?
Remission means that there was no cancer found after that first session of chemo.
Praise God.
Yeah, so that's what the high was. Like, I was extremely high, only to find out that the journey wasn't over.
Okay.
You know what I mean? The doctor came in there, not even a doctor, the nurse came in there, and I was like, yeah, so when do I go home? Like, this is a weekend. I'm like, so, hey, I got my stuff packed, like, when do I go home? And she was like, nah, you're not going home. And I was like, what do you mean? The doctor just told me, you know, I was in remission, the cancer's gone. And she was like, nah, this is a long-term journey. Like, you're gonna have to get a transplant in order to prevent the cancer from ever coming back. So then I hit rock bottom, like, damn, like, I'm not going home. I'm a very active person. So me being locked up in there during COVID, no visitors, not seeing my family, my loved ones, I'm like, damn, bro, like, it felt like prison. You know what I mean? So I went through a low. That was when I lost all the weight because I stopped working out.
Okay.
I was stuck in the bed. I didn't want to get up. I didn't want to eat. I was drinking little Ensures just to get my calories in because I couldn't stomach nothing. Not even necessarily because of my appetite.
Yeah.
But I was depressed, dog. Like, I'm like, damn, I'm finna die, bro. Like, I'm not even finna make it out of here. It was all negativity. You know what I mean? And the crazy thing is like, as I started getting negative mentally, my body started deteriorating a lot faster. When I was up, you know what I mean, motivated to get going,
Talk to him.
my body was tolerating everything. You know what I mean? So that let me know, like, your mindset is everything, bro. Like, it's cliche to say, but your mind controls everything in your body, your healing, and the positive and the negative. So everything that you want to accomplish, like moving forward physically, it all starts right here. So the moment I snapped back was the moment my body started to snap back. You know what I mean? So I went into remission, came home 30 pounds lighter, and was like, let's get to work. You know what I mean? They let me know that I was gonna probably have a transplant at some point.
Okay.
So the mindset around that was like, I need to be in the best shape of my life when I go in for this transplant.
Okay.
For me, 'cause I don't know how it's gonna affect me.
So what are they transplanting?
So what they do is they try to find a donor first and foremost. Just shout out to all the donors out there, because like he let me know, like, for African Americans and Hispanics, we at the bottom of the totem pole to get matches. And it's a lot of it is because we don't know. So like, if you are looking at how to help or how to look out for people that have leukemia or lymphoma, things of that nature, any blood disease, please donate. Because I got blessed. I ended up finding a donor within 6 months. Most of the people I know that were Black and Hispanic, it was taking them a year or two, and in that time you could pass away that quick. You know what I mean? So I got blessed. My doctor came in there and was like, damn, this is literally a miracle. So that's why I knew God had a hand on my journey. So I ended up getting the stem cells from some lady I haven't even met. Shout out to you too. You saved my life. Some 22-year-old girl from like the East Coast that I've never spoken to donated cells for me. It ended up being a match.
Now, with her doing that, was it like a big deal for her? Like, as far as like the stem cell, like, is it, you know, can she bounce back? Like,
yeah, so
how is it? Okay.
The initial procedure, they put lidocaine in your basically your spine down there to numb it, but it's definitely a painful process for them to extract the stem cells. Okay. But it's like 10 minutes. Okay. So she went through that pain for me.
Right. It's like what Will Smith did on 7 Pounds.
Right.
Is when he was like cringing or whatever. When they're
right.
Okay.
They stick a needle right in your butt, man. They extract the stem cells and then they store them. They ship them over to California. They put them on ice, test them, and make sure everything is compatible. Okay. And then all I do is stick an IV in me, and they hang it from a bag. And in 3 hours, I'm a new person.
Wow.
Yeah. So through that process, you know, you went through chemo, you went through radiation. Radiation was definitely the toughest thing I ever been through. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy, to be honest. But they kill you, they knock everything out, and knock you down to ground zero. They put those stem cells in you, and now your body is totally new, and it's starting to grow. Wow. These new cells, my blood type changed. You know what I mean? Your energy levels changed, temperament changes, everything. You're literally born again, man. So it was definitely a blessing.
Wow.
She was a blessing.
Wow. Shout out to her, man.
Absolutely.
Shout out to her, man. That's a big deal. That's something that we don't even think about. Just that donate. All I know is donating blood, but I didn't know it gets. You know, I know it gets that specific, but sometimes when you don't think about it, you know, it goes unnoticed.
Right.
So, man, shout out to you too, bro. So let's talk about today, man.
Man, today was a leg burner, man.
Okay.
All posterior, all hamstrings, all glutes. You know, what you just saw me do right now was Bulgarian squats.
Okay.
Those just go to a failure. So my legs give out. They pretty chopped right now. It's hard to even stand up right now.
Okay.
Completely swollen. But yeah, that's what today was about.
Okay. You have any sport like background or anything?
Yeah, man. I played football my whole life. I started at 7 years old in San Bernardino. Shout out to the San Bernardino Bears. I was born on the west side right here. So started at 7. I played all the way through high school. Went to Mount Sac. Played at junior college at Mount Sac. Went to East Central Oklahoma. Played in Oklahoma. Traveled the world, man, which was beautiful. Got to try for some NFL teams, some CFL teams. And then
what position?
I played receiver.
Okay.
Played receiver. Then I went.
You nice with the routes?
I was decent.
Okay.
Definitely decent. Then I played some arena ball, which was pretty dope too in Utah.
Okay. That's beautiful, man. So, if you were to, I know you got to, man. You got to write a book about your life, man. So when that time does come, what would you name that whole chapter that you experienced, man?
Built to last.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm a firm believer in progress over perfection. You know, I think the only responsibility.
One more time.
Progress over perfection. The only responsibility we have is to keep going. You know what I mean? I thought at the time, to be honest, I thought my faith was like the journey. My faith was in the journey. And then as time went on, I realized that my faith is in the destination. Like, my faith is knowing that God has a plan and that part of it is already written. Like, the destination is already written. I got one job, we got one job, and that's to put one foot in front of the other and just enjoy the process and move forward toward the process with the faith knowing that there's something at the end for us once we get done. So I think I went through depression because I was too focused on the destination. And I kept asking myself, like, when is this gonna be over? Like, when am I gonna be healthy? When am I gonna be able to go home? And that put me in a worse headspace. But when I woke up every single day, you know, and thank God for the opportunity and just got to work, that was when I was at the innermost peace. You know what I mean? Just not focusing on where I was going, but focusing on what I was doing at the time.
Okay. Man, I know God's not like a physical person like you and me, right?
Yeah.
But if you could tell him something, I'm sure it could be a lot of stuff, but what's something you could tell him right now?
It's thank you. You know what I mean? Thank you for giving me the strength. Thank you for giving me the shoulders to hold all this. Because I had to understand that, like, I ain't never hopped out of bed and hoped that the ground stood solid. You know what I mean? Like, I never ever had a second thought as to whether or not the ground underneath my feet was gonna be solid. So I'd be damned if I had more faith in the ground than I did in God's plan for my life. You know what I mean? So when it came down to it, it was like, I gotta say thank you because I know you got me. You know what I mean? Like, I know that this is not the end. I know that the plan is already written. I know that the plan is something beautiful, and I know that there's a lot at the end of this journey, and I'm excited for it.
Wow. Let me know your name again, bro.
My name is Juwan Dotson, man. Once again, from San Bernardino, California. Shout out to Nan.
Man, Juwan. This is only the tip of the iceberg, bro. I gotta get you on the podcast. I really appreciate this, bro. People they struggle, bro. They struggle with small things. So just put this out there. It shows, you know what I mean, that we have more power than we come to realize.
Right.
You know what I mean? I feel like we think we're on E. We got some more gallons to go.
Gotta eliminate the distractions, though. That was huge, man. Like, everything and everybody in your life falls into two categories. Like, either they beneficial or they artificial. Everything beneficial you keep. Everything that's artificial, man, must go. You know what I mean? And the moment you start to realize those buckets, I think things become a lot more clear.
Okay.
I was blessed because being strong was my only choice. Right. So, like, a lot of people saw that as like a detriment, but for me it was a strength because I didn't have no other choice. It was either be strong, because if I folded, that was it. I was checking out. Everybody else I feel bad for because, like, it's so easily to fold. Like, you have that choice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So eliminate those distractions and keep moving forward, and start making folding not even an option.
Okay.
You know, realize you're gonna be okay.
Right. Man, talk to somebody out there who's maybe going through leukemia, who's going through some type of cancer, who's going through chemo. Talk to them, bro. I feel like you're the voice.
I would say, just remember, you're not your situation. Like, your current circumstances not determine who you are. You know what I mean? It's literally just a chapter in your life. It's an opportunity. Like, that's how God presents himself to you. It's giving you the opportunity to be strong. He's gonna give you a left and a right. If you go left, that's you believing in him. If you go right, that's folded. He's letting you make that choice. So always choose to keep moving forward and understand that God got you in a real way. Lean on your support system. Lean on your loved ones. They're there for a reason. And anybody that's not bringing positivity to your life, those are the people that you need to remove and that you may have to love from a distance. You know what I'm saying? But keep positivity around your life and understand your mindset is everything, bro. At the end of the day.
Wow. Let them know your name, bro.
Juwan Dotson again, man.
Man. Hit some reps, bro. Let's end it with some reps. Man, all right. Podcast, bro. You deserve a movie. You deserve a book. People have to know about your story, bro. You're strong. You're here for a reason. And I want to say I appreciate you, bro. Thank you.
I appreciate you.
Moving forward, I can't operate the same moving forward from this, bro. So you provided motivation and inspiration, not just for me, but for the viewers, for everybody, people around the world. So I appreciate you, man. May God continue to bless you. Put your social media out there. If you want to promote anything, go ahead and shout it out.
It's Mr. Period Built to Last on Instagram. That's pretty much the only thing I'm on.
Okay.
But yeah, please follow.
Okay, one more time, put it out there.
Mr. Period, Built to Last.
Okay.
On IG.
Okay. Let's do it, man.
Let's do it.
All up.